Texture.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Texture refers to the surface quality of something. It can be a lot of things, like a cat's fur, a velvet fabric, grass, or even hair. In this video, we will explore two different artists and the way they use texture in their work, Vincent Van Gogh and Janine Antoni. Here's the painting, The Starry Night, by Vincent Van Gogh. It was created in 1889 using oil paint on canvas. Vincent Van Gogh utilized the impasto technique. Impasto creates a dimensional texture of paint coming off the canvas. He used a palette knife and a paintbrush to create thick, visible layers on his paintings. Now that we understand what texture means in a more traditional painting, let's consider what texture can mean when we're thinking outside of the box, like Janine Antoni, for example. Janine Antoni is a contemporary artist. One major motif in her work is using the body as a tool. We are looking at a reenactment of Janine Antoni's performance piece called Loving Care by Jess from ArtistYear. Loving Care was created and first shown in 1993. Janine Antoni used her own hair and body as a brush in a mop-like motion. She dipped her hair in hair dye and dragged it across the floor, creating a piece that deconstructs the traditional form of painting and calls attention to the artist's body and labor. Thematically, Antoni's performance piece touched on her relationship with her mother. Her crouched position and the motion of which she moves her hair resembles her mother mopping the kitchen floor. The hair dye she uses in this piece is the same hair dye she remembers seeing her mother use growing up. Jess was later inspired to adopt aspects of Antoni's technique, but make it her own. She is creating the same movement that she experimented with before, but now on a smaller scale. This time, Jess is using a smaller portion of her hair and a small piece of paper. The coffee she used in the artwork is the same coffee her mother drank growing up. Jess was inspired by Antoni's use of texture and by her theme. If we think about Antoni's Loving Care in relation to Van Gogh's The Starry Night, we can see how texture plays a part in both pieces. While both artists are using a unique method, Antoni used textured material to make marks, while Van Gogh created texture with his. By exploring these pieces, Jess found inspiration and experimented. She was able to see for herself how artists push the boundaries of how texture is used in art. How would you experiment with texture? Would you play with what texture traditionally is, or turn it on its head?
This program is brought to you by the ArtistYear AmeriCorps Fellows of the Class of 2020. ArtistYear, AmeriCorps' first national program for artists to dedicate themselves to a year of service to our country. For more information about ArtistYear, visit www.artistyear.org.